Live in New Bedford with late details on this. What happened in court today, Marty?
Maria, 35-year-old Gary Gomes was charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 count of kidnapping. Authorities believe he was trying to cover up murders which may have happened days ago. Murders which have shocked this city. Under heavy security, Carlos Arredondo has worked through his grief with the help of firefighters here at this Huntington Avenue station, who would often salute him when he drove by. He wanted to show them the same kind of respect at their time of loss.
My husband goes.
About 15 ambulances responded to this massive accident. When they got here, EMTs found cars littering the highway with the injured. Even a tour bus remains at the side of the road here.
As Fox 25's Martin Morenz reports, their experience has reinforced their friendship and dramatically changed their lives.
When the ferry comes on the side over here, if you notice, we're on the outside. Yeah. We were some of the first ones off of the raft there, but at that time you're pretty confident everyone there is going to be saved.
35-year-old David Carlos is back home in Chicopee with his wife and 1-year-old child after his harrowing ordeal on board U.S. Airways Flight 1549 that landed in the Hudson River.
We were in trouble, and that's when I started praying, you know, a couple Our Fathers, Hail Marys, and prayers were answered. You know, I'm here talking to you guys right now, so it's just a miracle.
David had just left with 5 friends for a golfing vacation in Myrtle Beach when his wife Tara saw a special report on TV and watched the rescue unfold. She was terrified until he called her from the rescue boat.
I couldn't believe it. It was within 5 minutes of watching the TV.
What did he say?
Well, I think I talked first, and I said, "Oh my God, that was your plane." He's like, "I'm okay, I'm okay."
3 of the other golfers on board that flight held sort of a reunion here at the Cologé's house in Chicopee. They point out that the crash landing of that plane in the Hudson River was a life-changing experience.
I just want to focus on the positive of it. I mean, look, we're all sitting here. Healthy.
To see that these kids and my buddy were all together again, and God was with us, because for this to happen and for everybody to come out safe, it was a miracle.
Yeah, we won't look at each other the same. And I see that now. It's not just handshakes, it's hugs.
All of the men say they hope to one day get that golfing trip in, and meanwhile spend as much time as possible with family.
This is the best part about it right here. You know, like I said before, all the other little things in life, they don't mean anything. You know, this is what it's all about.
In Chicopee, I'm Martin Morenz, Fox 25 News. Bob and Maria, prosecutors say he planned the crime. They went on a killing spree that is now being considered a racial hate crime. 22-year-old Keith Luke was arraigned on murder charges after prosecutors say he went on a killing spree targeting victims he identified as non-white.
This is being described as, I think, as a methodical, premeditated event done by an evil individual. That's how I classify it.
Investigators believe Keith Luke raped his former 22-year-old neighbor at an apartment on Clinton Street and shot her 20-year-old sister to death. He critically wounded one victim who was slumped on the floor holding a teddy bear.
At this point, he shot her through the teddy bear multiple times.
Prosecutors say Luke then shot a homeless man, Arlindo Gonsalves, who was pushing a shopping cart on the street.
I just see in the news, I said, oh, that's my uncle.
He then led police on a wild chase, firing shots at them and at a bystander. Luke was armed with a 9mm pistol and 200 rounds of ammunition. His van crashed into 3 cars. Then he tried to get away armed on foot. Fortunately, he was caught by police. Police say the suspect also planned to continue that shooting spree at a local synagogue near his house. He is being held tonight without bail. We're live in Brockton. I'm Martin Morenz, Fox 25 News.
Here's Martin Morenz with that story.
They just take a headed beeline for the truck.
Mail carriers in a Rockport neighborhood are on high alert. 2 turkeys and a menacing flock, sometimes tagging along, have attacked mail carriers. Mail delivery has been halted at a handful of homes as a result of the attacks.
They go after him specifically, so it is kind of different, because for us, they never come after us, but for him, they do. They actually do come up to him and peck at him.
The mail carriers may begin using umbrellas to fend off the aggressive turkeys. After all, neither rain, sleet, snow, or wild turkeys can get in the way of the U.S. mail.
We're trying our best to see how best to handle them and try to scare them away so that they at least let the guy do his job, you know. So.
From a distance, these turkeys don't look very aggressive. But if you got a mail carrier's uniform on, forget about it. They can come right after you.
I don't know what it is. I know that big nasty one that was years ago used to go crazy with the flashing, the little flashing yellow lights on the mail truck. He used to try to tear those off.
While residents have been inconvenienced by the turkeys causing all the ruckus and getting in the way of mail delivery, most still don't want to see the birds disturbed.
So I would hope that us human beings could find a way to work with the turkeys, work with all the animals, so that we can all be here and all be happy.
We may never know what prompted the turkey attacks, as the mail carrier that has the route nearby isn't talking. In Rockport, I'm Martin Morenz, Fox 25 News.
Who doesn't like the mailman? Come on.